Hello, everyone. It is Carol from Lily Rose Blue, and I have Astrid, and Arnold. I'll tell you, Arnold's excited, and I'll tell you why. Dropping my pieces of paper here. Here is Amber, and we have the triplets. We have Angel, Asa, Adam. And I am filming this on Sunday, April 14th. And I want to give a big shout out to Sweetheart SH for being a new subscriber. Now, I thought this is a piece of paper that I had, as you can see, I sprayed it with some glitter spray. And I've used it for, trying out various things. I've cut out some hearts, some squares. So I thought how appropriate it was to put Sweetheart SH on this piece of paper that I cut out hearts on. I know it's not my standard boring white, and I just thought it was appropriate and fun. So thank you for subscribing, Sweetheart SH. Much, much appreciated. This video is going to be just a little bit of a few things. I did some coffee dyeing yesterday, and I amused one of my neighbors, not neighbors on my street, but around the corner. He was walking his dog, and he was having a great time watching me chase my paper. Yeah, when I first went out, it wasn't windy at all, and then it decided to get windy very quickly. Yeah, it was a little frustrating. So here are some tickets. These were very bright white, as you can imagine. In fact, here, I can reach. So there's the difference. Pretty dramatic. And I like the white as well. But I just wanted to try it and see what it would be. So there's the tickets. Here are some time cards. And again, some of them are more coffee dyed than others. And you guys know how this goes if you've ever dyed anything. Definitely the texture of the paper changes, right? And I admit, there's a decent one. Did I put a lot of time and effort into this? Not really, because it started to blow and it was just a mess. And so this is not my best job. So here, just this corner, here's some graph paper. More so, it's wrinkly versus coffee dried. It's a little bit darker. Here's some yellow invoices. Again, more crinkly. There's some fun coffee dyeing. Here's the white version. Again, some more so than others. I just let mine air dry. I'm going to have to explore what it would take to iron this. I know you can. And see, you can tell. So, it is a little bit of change of color from there's the original to this. I know you can do it. I just haven't done it. And so I need to check that out. I don't know that my owie elbow would allow me to iron at this moment in time. Likely not. But we'll see. So you get the idea. Those were the things. There's a decent one. Those were the papers that I coffee dyed yesterday. And of course you get that lovely crinkly sound when you dye things too. So this happened. if you remember back in December, me talking about the oldest grandchild being a part of her school's theater group. They did a Christmas carol back in December, and I altered a playing card and made that with portions of the program, and made that into an ornament for her. So it's beautiful graphics. Isn't this just beautiful? It doesn't lend itself as much to an ornament. Maybe I could cut like this. It's almost a figure 8. Maybe I could cut that out and back that on some heavy cardstock. I actually have some, it's not chipboard, it's between chipboard and a heavy cardstock, that I could maybe cut this out and make something out of it. I have several of the of these programs. I ended up going twice yesterday. I went the first time in the afternoon, and then my husband and I went together last night. They did a production Thursday, Friday evenings, and then Saturday at 1, and Saturday again at 7. We are blessed. So this is part of the benefit of being in a university town. Our auditorium is probably not state of the art anymore, probably needs a little bit of an upgrade, but it's really nice. And the kids all have, the headsets with the mics and all of that. The other thing is that you also have a lot of talented kids whose parents, because they're doctors or professors or whatever, I'm just going to call it out, have the money to help give their kids lessons, voice lessons, you name it, acting lessons, that kind of thing. We also have a very active youth theater group in the community. So there are opportunities here, and we are blessed that some kids just don't have. The singers, oh my gosh, the actors / singers. So this is a musical. One of the songs that you may recognize or heard the name of is "In Lily's Eyes," is one song that you may have heard. Oh my gosh. 6 of these kids, I swear, could go on to be professional singers, and like you'd see them on Broadway or just incredible. So, very, very, very entertaining and special and all of that. So when the grandchild did A Christmas Carol, they did the set construction, and it's a she. You guys, I think I've probably said that before. She learned how to use power tools, drills, and circular saws, and all kinds of saws, and to use them safely, right? So she has, and how to paint. I mean, this sounds weird, but a lot of people just don't know how to paint. My husband was one of them. His parents, for a variety of reasons, really didn't paint their interior of their home much. So after we got married, he had no clue where to start. So there are people out there who don't know that. This time she did costumes. So she had to learn how to sew, and she had to learn how to put a zipper in. All of those super cool things. I asked her the other day if she was going to stay in this, and she said yes. And I said, so do you think you'll go back to set construction, or would you do costumes, or would you try something else? And she said to me, actually, I really loved costumes. So there you go. So lots of good life skills learned here, as well as teamwork and being, organization, just all of those things. And, learning how you have to cope with people who maybe you don't care for. I know there was some of the crew chiefs and directors and things, some of the kids had trouble with. But you know what? That's part of life skills too. You have to learn how to deal with difficult people or people who shout, things like that. Hopefully there wasn't too much of that going on, but maybe a little bit. And excuse me while I turn and pick some things up. Okay, so I'm going to try to talk about general things as well as junk journaling. I had scrapbooking on my mind because I was just looking at a couple of my scrapbooks for some ideas. My husband and I spent part of the morning just trying to reorganize a couple parts of our home. We have too much stuff. He has too much stuff. I have too much stuff. And then I have brought in junk journaling things, right? And we're just out of space. And the house was starting to look a little messy, shall we say. And I don't know. Oh, I see why. Okay. Pardon me. So as part of that trying to just reorganize or start to, I uncovered one of my original stashes that I had forgotten about, which is sad, but true. Again, you guys know me, I'm transparent. So here are some pages that I had taken out of some books. Obviously, this is a hymnal. So there's a whole bunch of sheets of that. In fact, this might be more than one hymnal. Here are book page from, this was a Shakespearean book that I took apart. Here's King Lear, The Tempest, The Winter's Tale. There's more. Okay, hang on. Let me get Othello, Macbeth. Here was another music book that I took apart. I think this is in Italian, I think. So there's book page with it, and then there's also, it's a textbook. And now see, this looks like French, so I could be wrong. And of course, I don't have the cover anymore. So, yeah, some of those rookie mistakes. So a whole bunch of music and book page. Look at that, guys. Okay, next. So while I'm reaching, I also want to tell you that, my gosh, the weather has changed in Iowa. And it we may have record highs. So it, again, is April 14th. My husband mowed the grass for the first time today. It is 83 as I am recording this, and likely will get to 85. So that would be record breaking. I went ahead and put out my second bird. Okay, losing my mind. Bird bath. There we go. I use one that is concrete, and I put food in that because a lot of birds, including cardinals, mourning doves, that kind of thing, and of course the squirrels, like a flatter surface. So I use that as a feeder all year round. I have my pole feeder that has 5 or 6 hooks on it and includes a little watering area, so a place for a dish. So I got out this, I have a second plastic bird bath that I used, and I fill that with water. I cleaned it all up, filled it with water. I cleaned up the plastic dish that goes in my pole, and that is filled with water. I actually made hummingbird nectar for the first time, and when that is cooled, I am going to go ahead and put out my hummingbird feeders. Usually I would be waiting maybe only another week though, but I decided with these warm temps and then sightings, even in southern Illinois, that, they might be here a week earlier. And I certainly would love, not only do I want to feed them when they get here, but having your feeders out a little bit ahead of time attracts those hummingbirds to your feeder, and they'll just keep coming back throughout the summer and fall. So I did that. So gosh, that feels good, guys. That, it's spring. It's going to be warm again tomorrow, and then Tuesday, of course, spring warming up. What happens? You have thunderstorms. So we are supposed to have rain, thunderstorms for the next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I believe. And then it'll cool off again, but still not upper 60s, low 60s. That's still pretty nice for Iowa at this time of year. So, you can't beat it. So, wanted to tell you about that. Boy, does that feel good. This is a book that I showed you several months ago, and it's kind of big. This was a book that I used to teach a point about checking the value of a book before you tear it apart. This book, in theory, and again, you have to find the right buyer, but in theory, this book could have brought me $60 to $90 had I not torn it up. This is the Donnelly Industrial Directory of the Central District. You can see the states that it encompasses there from 1930. And these are just the gorgeous images. I mean, there's the patina of these pages, just the fonts, the ads that you see here. Oh my gosh, hours of goodness just in this book, right? So I will be working on that and harvesting some things for that. This paper is, let's do the test. Oh, I'm surprised. I would have thought that maybe that would have broken off. It did not. Yeah, so that's exciting. I will be making some journal cards and tags and things out of that. Pardon me, guys. I'm turning away. That's why I sound funny. Because I just didn't have room to have this all on my table. So I had also forgotten that I had torn apart 2 yearbooks. This 1943 Commodore, and I believe this one was already coming apart. But again, just gorgeous stuff in here that I need to get working on. And it's from the 40s. So not only do I hope to make some just general ephemera out of this, I hope to harvest a lot of this for my 1940s and or World War II. And I haven't decided if I'm going to commingle those, if they're going to be separate topics, and then maybe throw in the issue here that I want to make a junk journal about my dad when he was in World War II. So all kinds of things that could happen there. And then here's another yearbook. Look at this gorgeous cover. And I think at the time, well, and this one's pretty, I mean, this is gorgeous too. At the time when I got these books, I wasn't, again, this was early on. I wasn't comprehending using the covers. I was only thinking about the content. So now that I see these, I'm like, oh gosh, these would make great journals. And this one is the Zenith, and it is from Simpson College in Indianola, Iowa from 1971. So yeah, the whole t-shirt thing. Yep. The cheerleading, look at those pants. Oh yeah. The suits with the ties. Yeah. So fun stuff in here. Fun fact, in a few weeks, I was hoping I was going to be able to go in person because I could have visited Angela if she would have been available. But Simpson College is in Indianola, which, and Angela, the traveling crafter, you can correct me if I'm wrong, is west of Des Moines and a little south of Des Moines. So I was kind of hoping I was going to get to go in person so I could visit Angela, and sadly, that is not the case. They just, they don't have any money, and I should say this was for work. They don't have any money to give to me as a stipend, which is fine. I mean, it's part of my job is to educate about what I do. But they just felt bad about costing me or the program any money. So we're going to do it via Zoom. But yeah, I get to talk to a couple of classes at Simpson College. So that'll be fun. Here are 2 other books that I got early on. Again, now I love and appreciate the covers and the, yeah, this part of the book. Oh my gosh, you guys. Not the binding. Anyway, you know. Now this one's a little dirty. I have an idea of something that I might try to clean this up. But look at the pages. I think this is in here backwards. Oh, something's backwards. This is backwards. Yeah, look at the end pages. So this is a English activities. Look there. Isn't that just delicious? And and you can tell this was sewn. Look at all those dots where this was sewn by hand, guys. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can find a year. Probably that page is gone. It's got to have some age or it wouldn't have been hand sewn like that, right? Look at this image. Uncle Podger hangs a picture. I bet Uncle Podger appreciated all of that help. So yeah, we'll see. Some other great things. I'm going to see if I can clean that up any. And then here was just a copy of Hans Brinker. You can find a lot of these. I've seen a lot of these books out there in the wild. This is by Mary Mapes Dodge. But again, it's just kind of a fun cover. I don't know if I'll reuse this or not, but look at the patina on these pages. And this says, "To Margaret from Miss Declue, 1935. Goldsmith Publishing. And I think this must have been before, you had copyrights and, or it wasn't put in the books. Then, pardon me again as I turn. I had also found this book early on. Says I paid $6. Do I remember that? This is a book of reproduced images. So, The Wonderful World of Toys, Games, and Dolls, 1860 through 1930. And that does not belong with this. So, but things are the images. Aren't these just fabulous? I mean, look at the tags and things that you could make out of this. It just goes on and on and on. Some of this and some of that Donnelly's Directory I have sent to people in Happy Mail, things like that. I probably will continue to do some of that, and also to put together some kits. I mean, ultimately, that's on my goals for 2024. Look at all of that. Is to put together, what do I say? Make bundles to sell, themed or mismatched. Mismatched just means, oh my goodness, just means not themed. So, a couple pages from this, a couple pages from Hans Brinker, that kind of thing. And then here is yet another yearbook, The Fortress, 1964. And this is Wartburg College from Waverly, Iowa. And again, I mean, just look at the 60s, look at the narrow ties. Just love it. Just love it, love it, love it. I was finding yearbooks at the Crowded Closet. You guys have heard me talk about the Crowded Closet for $1.50, right? And every time I saw one, I would scoop it up. They figured out that there were some money. So, yeah, they're $5 to $10 now. And right now, I don't really need any because I have those 3 and I've taken them apart. I'll keep pages. That would be another thing that I would put in a kit or a bundle, is some yearbook pages. But yeah, so it's kind of fun to find things that you'd forgotten about, right? So yeah, I got a lot of work and fussy cutting to do. So with that, guys, I just thought I'd hop on, show you, talk a little bit about what's going on here. And with that, I am going to say, please take care and be safe. Have some fun too. And if it's spring where you live, get out and enjoy the weather. I've been out once and I'm going to go back out again. And as always, God bless. Everybody take care. Bye-bye.